We hope y'all tune in with us again for another great episode. We are pouring in our cup one of my favorites.
What are we pouring?
It is Bartanura, a Moscato Dasati. I love Dasati wines.
All right, y'all. As soon as we get our wine going, we will get started on our topic.
Yes, Lord. I'm gonna turn this down so I can see. I got to see what y'all saying. Okay. So today's topic, we have a couple, but we will be hitting on mainly gatekeeping. I'm gonna say that again: gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping.
We'll also be hitting on money matters, accountability, and pacifying shit. So, that being said, y'all, we gonna jump on in there. I got my phone this time so I can also see it. I'm not trying to look all off Nika stuff and see what y'all talking about. But yeah, let's talk about it, y'all. What we doing? What's going on in the town? Y'all come on in and join us.
Look, am I getting this started?
Right.
With
Yeah.
the
Go
gatekeeping?
ahead.
I'm gonna just go there. I said I was gonna go
there.
earlier. Like, what be wrong with some motherfuckers? Like, on some for real life shit. Like, what be wrong with you gatekeeping motherfuckers? And if this offends you, it should. It's directed to you. If you are a gatekeeper, what we mean by gatekeeping is, if you have the name of the resource that can help somebody, and you choose to hold off on it because you don't want nobody to get that help to come up a little bit, use a gatekeeper motherfucker. And at the end of the day, like, I think it's more than just gatekeeping.
I think it's haters. I think it's a part of your core. Like, it's just who you are, and it just shows your character trait and your character flaws, and it just shows that you're a flawed individual. Because how can you sit and see someone struggle where you know you have the benefit to see them come up or see them win? There's a lot of people out there that don't want to see, and they want to see people bad off, and so that they can say that they're doing better than them, or you know what I'm saying? They're not.
It be the same motherfuckers. Like, I'm being what do you call it?
Brutally, bluntly
Okay,
honest.
this is not for the kids. It be the same motherfuckers that sit and talk bad about somebody, but got the resource to help that person. And instead of giving that person that resource, they would much rather talk shit and gossip and wonder why that person is in that spot.
Right.
So yeah, gatekeeping, y'all. That's what we talk. That's one of the topics today.
What
Obviously, yeah, it's got me a little razzled.
Yeah.
Man, Jazz, what was the other one?
Pacifying.
And pacifying. Why you guys snap right in the camera like he can't see?
I
Just
don't
leave
know.
it be, baby. It's good. Please, so it doesn't knock.
Pacifying.
Pacifying.
Yeah, pacifying.
What we mean by pacifying, Jazz?
Just overall, making it okay for them gatekeepers. Seeing somebody do something that's flawed, funky, fluky, bitch made, bitch ass.
Okay.
And you don't hold them accountable. Again, going back to accountability, another thing that we've done. You don't hold them accountable for them character flaws and or traits. You play a part of their Disney characters in that book. You put on that image too. There's a lot of these Cinderella ass bitches and niggas out. I mean, bitches and men out here. Excuse me.
Disney characters?
Yeah, I mean, you could. Oh, you flip a page in the book and there goes that Disney character. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when they get out here, they try to act like they're all huff and tough and they're this type of person and they're known or whatever the case may be. But really, people know you in real life. You're not that person that you put that image out that you are. And if you were, you no longer are. And not speaking to anyone in general, just speaking to those that it hits. Speaking to those that it hits.
Then we talking to you.
That's what
if
we're
it
talking.
hits, then we talking to you.
Right.
Let's just be 100% sold on that.
Right.
And if you feel a way, you can definitely chime in. We're gonna make sure we keep this, very accountability. What else was it, sis?
Pacifying.
Pacifying all you motherfuckers is just gonna be the same, irregardless if we talk about it or not. I mean, you ain't gonna have no different outlook because that's just not your character.
Right.
We'll circle back to gatekeeping so I can take my little drinks here and there.
Overall, just that sense of accountability for a lot of people, and to some it's going to be hard for them to become one with self and realize that they're part of the problem, that you're 9 times out of 10 when you're putting the what do they call it, putting the puzzle together, or you're building up the mathematics situation, you're the common denominator, or you're the missing puzzle, or you're the piece that's always not linking. Right. There's always something. If you always link back into that situation, then that means you're probably that person that we're speaking to.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole gatekeeping thing. I really don't. Like, I truly want to see everybody
win.
Like, everybody be successful. Everybody, if I got something that I feel like can benefit the next person, how does that make me look as an individual that I don't pass this information on to that next person and say, hey, look, here's this, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the resources that I utilize, or this is how I got this is what I use. So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that'll help out in a sense. You get what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
I just don't see how people can withhold information that can help somebody, especially people with children. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's a lot of resources that don't get passed down to people because they think that, oh, well, they shouldn't have had all the kids. They should be able to do X, Y, Z. But you also needed those resources.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's okay for you, but not okay for the
too far
next.
up in people's business, and this is exactly, and it sucks because it's a lot more so in our Black community.
Right. Hey, Jeremy.
The Black community really has a bad rep with trying to make others see that we can actually build with each other.
Right.
It's on a level to where they want to see you do good, but they don't want to see you doing better than them.
Right.
And my motto is like, it only takes one person, the right person, to walk through the door, to get other people to go through that door. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes everything ain't meant for everybody, and that's okay.
True.
But when you know you got the avenue of which direction that person should be on, and instead of you running your mouth like a bitch, you should probably, help that person with giving them those resources that they need to succeed. Like, what are we doing here? That pisses me off. And then I hear all these stories about how all these different cultures, they'll come together, they'll live with each other until they build their credit up, they'll put money in a bucket.
Right.
And they'll use that towards that other person that's ready to move out.
Yep.
Moves out, and then another family will move in.
They call it an interest bucket, so everybody has some interest, and everybody within that household, and it's not only in the Hispanic community that they do it a lot, the Oriental community, Asian community, you'll see a lot of them live in the same household, 6-7 bedroom house, 4-bedroom house, whatever it is, maybe bunk beds and rooms, living rooms have bunk beds, basements have bunk beds. And it's not
years later, it's family moving out.
Right, and it's not because they can't go out on their own individually and get it, because they can. However, they want to see their people win, so they'll wait until they have enough in those buckets to say, okay, we got enough for this person's family to go ahead and do what they need to do. Then next, we got enough for this person's family to move on and go do what they need to do. That's just not seen in a lot of the ethnic communities, the Blacks, the Hispanics, a lot of the New Age Hispanic communities. And not to say that they don't stick together, because they do as well. It's just the generations aren't like they used to be back in the day, and that's for Black and Hispanic ethnicities. We just don't, and I can't say we, there's a lot of people that just don't want to see everybody win. And it's sad that we live in a day and time where you can hold a platform, or you can hold some kind of resource of information that can benefit somebody. Why would you not help that person with that information? Even if you gave them that information and they weren't able to utilize that information, or it didn't work out for them or whatever, that's on that individual. But at least you could say, I tried, I extended my hand, I offered what I had, the resources that were there, you know what I'm saying? There's been many a times where somebody has called me and they're like, information. I'll try to figure it out. Whatever. And I'm on there and I'm researching, and I'm going to Colorado State. How can we do this?
Me and my sisters is tag team.
Right.
And again, we'll call each other and try to put our heads together.
Right.
And say it ain't got nothing to do with us.
And then be like, hey, such and such can use this information and make sure we reach out to them and make sure they know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, I just don't see it, and I want to see our people need to do better. I'm just gonna keep it 100 and keep it bluntly honest. Our people, as a community, as a nation, as a people, we need to do better. We'll all speak that we're united when there's other forces against us outside of the Black community. But when we're a Black community and we're standing with each other, we can't be solid. There's no solidity between none of us amongst each other. We always want to be in competition. Yeah. Somebody has to be better than the next person, or somebody thinks that the next person is better than them, or they're thinking the next person thinks that they're better than them. Right. It's always something that's negative. It's never a positive thing. Never a positive thing. And it's sad.
They say surround yourself with a group of people.
Hey, Taj.
That can teach you something. Hey, y'all.
Brother, we see you watching.
That's a great way to build each other's credit up. Hell yeah.
Hey, Key.
They be drinking that bitter ass haterade. Man, come on. You understand me? Like, I woke up this morning, like, I'm so pissed off, and not because it was nothing that was, no resources or anything that was withheld from us or nothing. Right. But just for the simple fact of, what gets you motherfuckers off on gatekeeping information that can help the next person? Like, be resourceful at that. And we ain't gotta give you a recipe, because there's a lot of people like me. I got a mouth like a fucking goddess. I'm gonna spit it, and if I want it, I'm gonna get it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for to say I can sell a snail shell,
like at the end of the day,
please.
I got to know where I'm going before I get there. I don't want your recipe on it. I just need you to give me the name so I can go ahead and make that work. And I'm not just gonna make that work for me. I'm gonna call my cousin. Hey, cousin, guess what? And it works because I did it. Boop, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you look out for somebody. You gatekeeping ass motherfuckers get on my nerve.
Well, I guess she said what she wanted to say and she went there. But I do agree. And for those, hey baby, for those who sit around those gatekeeping motherfuckers and they enable and they uphold that gatekeeping bullshit, you're part of the fucking factor too. You're a problem and you're not a part of the solution. So that means you stand for what they're doing. You agree with what they're doing, but yet I bet you anything you're going back and saying, oh, well, if she or he would have given that information, somebody could have got it. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Or if I would have known this and I would have been able to do this and help this situation out or that situation out. No, fuck, you wouldn't have and you couldn't have. Stop that shit. Because if you could have, then you would have. Right. So let's just not do that.
I just don't like the pacifying shit. If you know something is flawed and you know something is fluky and you know something is wrong, speak up on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see my sister now in private. I'm not gonna ever call her out on no bullshit in public. None of my sisters, nobody in that sense that I care for. But if I see something, when we get to wherever we going or we're in the car, bitch, you know that was dead ass wrong, or you know X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? We done did it to each other 1,000 times over because we hold each other accountable. And that's the thing that people do not do. If you got a friend that's around you that can't tell you, bitch, you wrong, or nigga, you moved a little fraud with that situation. Now, that wasn't it. You shouldn't have did that. If you around people that just bubble you up and put that lipstick and that Maybelline on you, and make it okay, then let me tell you something. Them are the same individuals that really don't want to see you succeed. They just want to be around you so they can talk shit about what you're doing.
Exactly.
And what you're not doing.
That's that table y'all like to sit at.
I just can't. Sorry, y'all. Passion for sure.
No, yeah, for real. Let me see now. There was something I posted on my story, and I said I was going to talk about that too. And my cousin Michelle actually had sent it to me, and she said, "Am I talking?" It says, "Am I talking bad about you, or is what you did bad that I'm talking about it? Is what I'm saying wrong, or what you did wrong, and I'm just saying it? Facts aren't attacks." So, saying that to say this, you motherfuckers that sit underneath this umbrella of, ooh, that's just messy, all this other family game night. Let's like run it up. Like let's just come together. You know what I'm saying?
And nothing is wrong with that when your heart is filled with passion and your heart is filled with you want to generally be around people that you care for.
Right.
But where it goes left at is when those characters start to come in, and again, those Disney characters, those fictional people, those individuals that aren't one with self, that don't know who they are from one day to the next, that take on everybody else's appearance and or ability to be such. Those are the people that I'm talking to. So I would rather, again, if I got to sit with self or sit with my sisters or my husband or my daughter and my nieces and my nephews, I'd rather do so than be in the scene with individuals that you can look at them and tell they flawed
as fuck. And let me tell you something. I have come to a place of peace in my life where I am now. This is after Layla, because before Layla, baby, I was a firecracker. But I have come to a place where I will tell you why I do not communicate with you or why I just choose to pull back. And if I feel like you've crossed me, because it only takes one time for me now.
Right.
Especially when I open myself up to be a friend to somebody. When you cross me once, that's all I need now. Right. I don't need all the extra shit. I don't need validation from my sisters to say, sis, do you think or do you think that's how it was supposed to come out? And I don't need that shit no more. You got one time to cross me and I'm cool. Especially when you can't take accountability for the bullshit that you do.
Or you make it seem like it was the other individual or try to pass off on somebody else. Like,
because anything I say once, I'll say it twice, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
who's
times.
Who's gonna check me, boo?
Please do.
Who's gonna check me?
Key. I can't really see what my glasses
Key says it don't make. Hold on.
It don't make no good sense to gatekeep. Cause baby, I'm gonna get the info anyway. You hear me?
There we go.
You hear me?
There we go.
You ain't got to be afraid I'm going to take from you, but I will pass you up and look back and laugh because you done pissed me off.
There we go, that part.
That part.
And you know what was sad is that we as a people, we've already gone through and still go through enough on a daily basis.
Man.
To the point where it's like, why do I need to be, why do I need to be going against my brother or going against my neighbor or my childhood friend or my cousin or my brother or whatever the case may be? Why should I feel like I gotta go against them or even watch my back around them?
Man, you hear me?
You know what I'm saying? Like
that.
Man. That right there is enough. When you already gotta look at your close circle and keep your head on the pivot, and then you gotta watch for enemies too. I'd rather watch my enemies because I know what the fuck they coming with me at. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers be moving flaw and they be right
fluky
in your circle. You hear me? Like right in your circle, do some snake ass shit and act like they ain't do nothing. You hear me? But motherfuckers that is past that and beyond that, smile and keep the shit pushing because some people got too much to lose to be playing with you flawed ass motherfuckers.
Right.
So I'm gonna leave you to it real quick. I'm gonna go watch our squash because tonight we are having some of the kids might have regular spaghetti, but we are gonna do squash spaghetti. I've had it. This will be my 3rd time now. I really like it better than pasta noodles. Jazz and Rick has not tried it yet, but we gonna try to work on turning that around. But I'm gonna go wash those up real quick, and then Jazz keep on the shit. Cause we up there. I mean,
we've been hitting on the gatekeeping, and we know who. If again, nobody in general, this is being talked about. However, if this hits you at any point in passion of what we said, then guess what? You're one of the common denominators. Maybe you need to sit back with self and look in that mirror and reflect and say, damn, how do I get here? How did I get to this point where I feel like I'm better or I'm holier than now? Where I can climb this ladder and get to this plateau and then look down on people. As if you don't have to come back down that same ladder that you climbed up. And those same people that you crossed and climbed up that ladder with, it's the same people that you're going to have to see coming down. And I guarantee you coming down off that ladder, if you happen to hit a hard space in life or whatever the case may be, them same people that you cross, there's going to be a few of those people with a good heart that's going to say, I got you, I'm going to help you, what can I do to be there? And then there's going to be some like me that's going to be like, nah, you good, you got it. And not to say that in the sense of I'm just being mean. No, I'm gonna let you humble yourself in that sense. You did that. You own that. You're gonna have to boots or them high heels and panties and drawers, whatever the case may be, you're going to have to own that. And you're going to have to walk with that with pride or with sorrow or whatever, but you don't get no sympathy from me with it because you knew what you did. You knew what you did was flawed. You knew what you did was funny. And you moved that way. So now you got to carry that weight. That's how I feel about it. Candyman said that shit be funny. Funny as hell. Like, just be like, come on now. We all grown men and women at this point. Some of these kids are even, I see some of these teenagers with more mentality and strength and humanity than some of these adults that are in their 40s now. Just being honest. Kiara says, sorry y'all, I like to think that we can all eat. Yeah, for sure. Maybe you know something I don't. That's exactly what I said. Maybe I know something you don't. Real women and men will eat together. Big facts. And why can't we? Like, where is it at to the point where we can't get together and be at a table together where you bring the bread, I bring the wine, you bring the fruit, somebody bring the cheese, you bring the crackers, somebody bring the poultry, somebody bring the beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, where did it get to a point where we feel like we can't come together as a team and as a unit and help each other get to where we need to be? I don't understand it. Because you want to be this person, you want to be recognized as you're this man or this woman. Okay, then what? Then you got flawed, fluky individuals that you really can't trust, and you know you can't because you done stepped on them and probably made them feel a way about themselves. And they're probably looking at you like with hatred, not and envy, versus that's my real friend and I want to see them succeed, and yeah, they doing the damn thing. They're not looking at you in that limelight that you think that they are. And that's the sad part, because you really think that you're carrying a weight that you're not. But y'all, I'm gonna get off that because it is irritating my soul. So accountability, self-accountability, the company that you keep, the accountability. You're not gonna see me around anybody that I can't tell you did flawed, or you were fluky, or you moved this way and you shouldn't have. And the same aspect, I want the people that are in my circle, in my immediate circle, because there's no ulterior walls. When you're in that circle, you're in that circle. And I want those individuals to be able to come to me and say, nah, sis, you shouldn't have did that, or nah, my husband, nah, babe, that was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Hold me accountable. Because in that moment, again, I'm human. In that moment, I may not have moved the way that I should have. And how am I supposed to know if in that moment I'm moving the way that I think that I should move?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where my inner circle that knows me and knows what I'm standing for and knows what I'm trying to succeed at can call me out on that. Mm-hmm. So that's all I got to say on that subject.
I had to take a break from that squash because, girl.
Right, yeah. You gotta scrub them.
Yeah. I was trying to cut down in that sucker. You give me some issues. So we on the accountability, pacifying the bullshit of gatekeeping. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people out there that are not gatekeepers. So let's just touch base on that.
Those that give out that information and those that see somebody struggling, man, I tell you right now, my cousin Michelle Pettis, I love her to life. Do you hear me? My cousin will call any time of day, any time of night, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, because we all know sometimes she'll go to sleep at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and then she's up at 2 o'clock in the evening, and then again at 3 o'clock in the morning. But when she has any kind of resource or any kind of information or anything that she thinks that somebody can utilize to succeed, she don't hold that shit. She calls around town and telling everybody, hey, you know, they offering this, hey, they giving this, hey, you know, this. You know what, cousin, I just seen this. Y'all be on the lookout. Like, she's one of those ones. Those are the ones that I want in my circle.
Man, take her shirt off her back.
Man.
And give it to
and give you her last. Right. We'll walk barefooted so you can have some soles on your feet. You hear me? Like, them is the type of individuals that I want to be around. The people that give themselves freely so others can succeed. Even if that means you have to struggle a little bit so somebody else can come up, because they may be struggling a little bit more than you are. Yeah. Like, give that, because you're going to get that 10 times fold.
Hell
Trust.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Anything other than that is you're a fucking hater. You're a fucking hater.
I can't. Yes. We're not gonna pacify it. We're not gonna make it okay. way. We're not going to sugarcoat it. This ain't Willy Wonka. We all grown. We all going to speak from truth. And if you are a part of that society and you are one of those people that do that, yeah, you're a part of that society. You're a part of that society. And I'm going to call it the tambourine society. That's what I'm going to, the tambourine. Yeah. Okay. So if you're a part of that tambourine society, then you're a part of the factory. You're a common denominator of cause of it.
Talking about
right.
Gatekeeping ass.
Right.
Key says accountability is key. If you hang around dogs, you will catch fleas.
That part.
Fucking right.
That part.
So, I guess for those that are just now coming in, we've been just talking about gatekeeping,
accountability,
pacifying, accountability,
just moral compass. Like people,
yes.
And I'm not saying everybody. I'm talking about those ones that we are hitting on that are doing those things that we just spoke about. Those people that have no character trait, they carry, but they pull up everybody else's I can, I am, me too type attitude. Like you're that individual that we're speaking to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why do you have so much to say about someone else and you have not swept your floor? Right. You know.
And don't throw no stone over here when you're standing in a glass house and the windows is already shattering because the foundation ain't solid. So saying that to say this, make sure that your shit is straight before you start throwing stones at somebody else's shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Make sure those skeletons in your closet is all cleaned out and swept, and it's been a couple years and maybe a decade or two, and you ain't got no cobwebs and no dust building up before you start throwing chambers at somebody else when you don't know their struggles. You don't know their worry. If you can't, my thing is if you can't benefit somebody, I'm not going to do nothing that, if I can't help you, I'm not going to do nothing to help harm you.
Right.
I'll push myself away. That part.
I'm going to move away.
Right.
Because in the end, the only thing that's going to end up happening is either you're going to get hurt, which I don't want, or I'm going to get hurt. And I surely ain't going to have me get hurt behind me just trying to help you.
Right.
There's a difference between, and then let's be clear with gatekeeping and then actually being resourceful to someone. There's a big difference being resourceful to someone, not holding information back, and that individual does not go through with what you gave them.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you're a gatekeeper.
Right.
That means that individual
did not utilize that information.
In the way that they should have, and that's why they're still in the stagnated place that they are in. That is on them.
Right.
But when you have the ability to give someone that resource, to give someone that information, and you hold off on it because you'd rather see them struggle, you're going straight to hell in a hay basket, and it's gonna catch on fire.
With gasoline draws on.
Yeah. Seriously.
I think the reason why it's so passionate is because we have witnessed it on more than one or two attempts, and I think that's why it hit us the way that it did. Even to the point where we were doing our businesses and we were doing our salons, right? There's a whole bunch of shit talking in the state.
Oh my God.
And not to say it like this, I don't have to clarify or clear anything for anybody. However, when me and my sisters went, we went and got it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? Didn't nobody give us no handout. Any resources that we went and looked for, we went and looked on our own. We didn't get no what was the loan?
We didn't get no PPPs.
Everything we did for both of our salons was out of pocket.
Out of pocket. So.
All of us out of pocket. And saying that to say this, and we're not saying that we're better than nobody or anything like that, but when we were going and we were seeing information or resources that can help us in our business, we were also channeling that information out to others that were trying to do their LLCs and get their stuff up and running, and their promotions and their scripting and all that stuff, and building up their analog and their portfolio.
Trying to help those while we're barely helping ourselves.
Exactly. So I think that's where the passion comes from with us doing exactly what we did when we went so hard, and we went to the point where we took from our own households to make things work, in a sense, where we didn't have to do it. We did it because we wanted to get out there so we could say that we did do it, right?
Yes.
Whether it was a successful thing or not. And we ended both of those environments on our own. It wasn't that we couldn't keep doing it. It was because the money wasn't coming in like it needed to be, because guess what? There was really no clientele coming in like that, like they should, unless they wanted it to be done outside of the salon so they could get a discounted price. Who does business like that? You get what I'm saying? But then you go to somebody's kitchen and pay them $200-$300. You get what I mean? So saying that to say this, saying that to say this though, not everything that you may hear or see is what the truth is. If you don't get it from the horse's neck, okay? If you don't get it from that horse's neck and that horse don't come to you and vomit that information out, don't believe what you hear about the next person. And if somebody come up to you and tell you something about me or my sisters, you're more than welcome to come up and have a conversation. But it's the approach, okay? Absolutely. It's all about the approach, because if you approach in a tone or a fashion that's not right, you're going to get that pit bull. And that's just what it is.
100% facts. He says, I will say this, there will never be success without a struggle, and gatekeeping will have you stagnant in comfortability, and you will never find success in a comfort zone. Absolutely. You got to get uncomfortable
to get comfortable.
Right. Baby. And you should never be comfortable.
Ever too comfortable.
In life. That's why me and my sisters do what we do. Like, we work, we mother, we wife, we girl, whatever the case might be. Mm-hmm. But we always find an avenue to
try to help.
Yeah.
Try to help. Like even outside of our daily struggles that we may have, because again, ain't nobody perfect. Everybody got a struggle. Everybody goes through something. Even on our sometimes daily and or monthly or yearly or whatever schedule it is, whatever struggle we may go through in that moment, we're still seeing how we can help. What can we do to help the next person? Now, that's not to say that we're not dialing out to people, but if somebody reaches out to us, we're going to answer that line and say, yo, what can I, if it's just strength that you need, somebody just be here to listen to you, if it's resources. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's been done. And in turn, there's been some people that we've done that to as well. You get what I'm saying? So just be there for somebody. If they need you and you know that they need you and you know that you can help them in that moment.
Yeah. Why try to hold the key to someone else's success? What are you scared of?
It's clown shit to me. I just don't get it.
It really is. It's uninviting behavior is what it is. You want to what, girl? What you want to do, girl?
I was gonna say something, but I'm probably gonna get pulled for it. So
it's okay. Say it.
There's a lot of women that don't walk in the shoes that they should. There's a lot of men that don't walk in the shoes that they should either. And there's a lot of men that maybe need to put on some heels and pull their camel toe out the middle of their pants.
Let's talk about this.
Because how dare you sit and watch somebody struggle? Mm-hmm. How dare you sit and be a part of the problem and not the solution? Mm-hmm. Like that for me is like
both man and woman.
Yeah.
Before a man, you're supposed to be that protector, that provider, that leader. Mm-hmm. You know? And then you niggas is mad weird nowadays. Sorry, whatever, but
and not just the men. These females is
spooky too. Like y'all be doing some weird stuff, and it's just not.
And saying that to say this, we are not. Listen, and I get because we're talking in the forum where some people might feel it's an attack, and if you feel that that's attack, then maybe some of the things that are being said are some of the characteristic traits that you withhold as an individual.
Like I said, are we talking bad about you, or are we talking about the bad that you did? Let's just make it very clear.
A lot of people have that camouflage mentality. You get what I'm saying? Like you put on this camo and you make it seem like you can blend in with the world, but then you still have to go take that camo off at the end of the day. And you're still that same person underneath that camo. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm saying what we're speaking on is not saying that we're perfect or we're holier than thou or we don't move with purpose or that we move better than the next person. No, not saying that at all. What I'm saying is as if more people did move in a form and a fashion that was meant to help people and that was meant to be a sense of source of resource or stability or support.
Come on.
If more people moved in that fashion or tone, it wouldn't be so divided like that. You would see people moving the way that they move and walking in places and then walking out because you see certain people walking. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just too much.
you motherfuckers that got them hindering spirits, and you keep your ass right on over there and let them hindering spirits hunt your ass down.
Right.
For the evil individual that you are.
Right.
Because anyone that will sit and watch someone struggle, knowing they have that key for that person to succeed, you are a low-life, miserable,
bottom of the barrel,
punk
low back, low back. Mattress been laying in the field for a couple months where the wires is coming up out of that thing.
Okay.
You're that type of low back mattress, back bearing individual. And I want to say some very, some not so choice things, but I'm trying to, I just can't, I cannot, like, to see somebody struggle when you know that you can help them. I done gave my last before.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I done gave my last. I'm more than one attempts I done gave my last before.
Right.
And I've been told in the same process of, don't do that because you don't know what they're going to do. Whatever they do with it, that's on them. It's my heart and my conscience that's saying I moved in a form or fashion that I can attempt to help you. What you do with that, that's on you. That don't fall on me. My heart is pure and pure with it. I'm doing what I think I should be doing in that moment. What happens outside of that ain't on me.
That's right.
Ugh. I don't consider myself a threat to no one, but a gatekeeper will consider me to be so. And that speaks to their reflection of their self-worth.
That's right.
Exactly.
You fucking right. Because what are we doing here?
Right.
Why are we doing it? What do you get from it? Exactly.
Not shit.
I'm just like, is it an ego thing?
Very much so.
Like, what is it?
Very much so ego-ish. And for what? Because you're still viewed as that individual, because you may think that you're walking around with this armor and this mentality of you're this big bad person, or you this bad bitch, or you the man, or whatever. No, people really know who you. The state ain't but so big. It's a box.
Man.
Okay, that's why they call it the box state.
Right.
Everybody know everybody up around here. And when people move in a form and a fashion, you're being spoke about. You're being talked about. They probably talking about me right now, but what they can't say is that I'm not a wife. I'm not a mother. I don't go to work. I stay out of shit. I tend to myself. I mind my business. But if you come at me with some shit, you won't get that same characteristic trait back.
That's right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Just move accordingly. Move in the sense of, if I can help you, I'm going to help you. If I can't help you, I'm just going to stay away. That's it.
It's just that simple.
Right.
And I don't understand why it's so hard for people.
Honestly speaking, if you sit back and you think about it, those individuals that do withhold that information and those individuals that can attempt to help somebody, they have this ego trait that they feel like, I'm holding your life in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the power.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta beg me
Right.
to give you a crumb of the bread when I'm holding 2 or 3
Right.
loaves. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of breaking that loaf, and that old school saying was,
Hey, sis.
I'm gonna teach you how to fish versus giving you a fish.
Right.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that way you can
Yeah.
continue to eat. You're not just gonna eat one time.
Right.
I'm gonna teach you how to fish. You
Yeah.
can keep eating.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I like that.
Like, just ridiculous. Like, I don't get it. I don't like it. My mom would give everybody anything that she could. Sometimes she didn't have it. She'd take her last pack of meat and make something work where she had a big ass pot on the stove and was making plates for people so they could eat.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And I think that's where it comes from now. I do have that Tony John side though. Don't get it twisted.
Me too.
Don't get it twisted. That Tony Jones will come out. My mama had the heart to go. That Tony John's mentality to come out. That's what you'll get. You'll get that pit bull in that skirt. But if I can help you, I'm going to try to help you.
Right.
I don't ever want somebody to feel like they can't come to me because I think I'm holier now, or because I'm kind of shut off and I stay in my own lane. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I'm better than somebody. No.
Yeah.
I just don't like having negative energy traits coming off of me,
Mm-hmm.
so that it don't feel like when I'm around certain individuals that I'm moving funny or I'm acting weird or I'm doing X, Y, Z. No.
Right.
I just don't want negative energy and or bad characteristic traits around me, so that way if somebody sees me with you because I'm with you and they know what type of individual you are and what kind of character traits you carry, they think I carry those same traits.
Right.
No,
We are not the same.
we're not.
We are not the same.
At all.
Family, friend, or foe.
That part.
I don't move like that.
That part. Hey sis. Yeah, no, I just can't. You know what I'm occasion that, you know, you see things, you may not say things, or whatever the case may be. Or you notice somebody moving a certain way, but you don't say something because of how that person held something in your heart.
Fuck that, I be saying it. And then bitches be walking around here, oh, you messy, you messy. No, you should have said that shit. Because you're not finna smile up in my motherfucking face like we cool and we kicking it and all that other shit. But then you turn around and doing the same motherfucking thing to the next bitch about me. No, if you say that shit to me, you better be prepared to say that shit to the individual you said it about.
That part.
It's just that simple. Take accountability for your bullshit, or just don't say it.
And you know what? I see a whole bunch of homegirls that are homegirls, and they're the best of friends.
And baby, I know your business, but I shouldn't because I don't fuck with you.
Your homegirl that sat around and talked about you, your kids' legal problems, you know what I'm saying? Like, or your homeboy and talk about you, your bitch, your girl, your bitch, your girls, your you know what I'm saying? Like, how it's just too much.
And then you pillow talking ass niggas around here acting like your motherfucking shit don't stink.
Wait a minute. All right. She went there. I was just sitting here. I was just talking. But no. But for real, there's these individuals that run around the state that act like they're not a part of the problem and they didn't do nothing wrong and people just stop messing with them. When you speak on me, speak on factual. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
I only hung with a select few individuals.
Please.
And some of those individuals were because they were a part of an outside circle that was a part of my circle.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I am always going to walk humble and meek around my circle. However, I study and view everything that goes on in my circle and that outside circle. If there's some characteristic flaws or traits that I see in individuals, and I see you talking about who's supposed to be your best friend and that's your bitch and but then you come talking to me about this individual and y'all been friends for decades and you just know me through an associate.
Right.
I can't hold you to that bar.
And let me remind you of something. If you're having a conversation with me about someone, you better believe I've already A, said this same thing to this someone when it comes out of my mouth, and or B, if you go to that someone and say, oh, such and such said, I'm going to say, no, I didn't. I actually said, and I'm going to make sure it comes exactly how it came out.
Yeah, if you don't say what I said, quote me.
Please do.
Put the quotation.
It's the accountability behind it.
Because trust and believe, if I said it once, I'm going to say it twice. Who going to check who?
Who going to check who?
Okay.
He says I have a career to where I help others grow and offer professional development. Okay, I help some of these motherfuckers out here. I have officers I manage who now manages their own officers.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Like applause and accolades to you, sis, because you are one of those individuals that are wanting to see somebody else succeed. And we'll give that information to have that happen.
Come on, she said a true leader will help pave the way, not cover
there we go.
Or muddy it up.
There we go. Clearing the stones out so that way that foundation could be set for the next person.
It's too much out here for everybody. Why not?
Man.
Why not? What are we doing? Why are we being secret haters? But we love them in their face.
Right.
What are we doing?
I can't.
Just stay away from me. Anybody that I've had any kind of falling outs with or had any kind of bounce with, they know why we have. And if we ever run into each other and they say, oh, well, you did this because you was mad at so-and-so. Absolutely. Because I figured that if y'all flock together and I met you through that source and I feel like that person, kind of rubbed me the wrong way, I'm deleting and getting rid of everything surrounding that person. Because there's an energy on that individual that I would not allow to come in my place no more. So if I've ever stopped dealing with you, you know why. If you don't, it's because you haven't asked, and I'll tell you why.
I'm just straight, like
straight up, like there's individuals that don't fuck with me because of what they thought a motherfucker said, instead of knowing who the fuck I am to come and ask what was said. But that was just their way of having their own little underlying issue.
Right. But you had a problem from the beginning. A hater's already been that. You get what I'm saying? They were just covered up in that Maybelline. They were already hating from the start. They were just triggered by your success or triggered by you as an individual. Sometimes it's not even about you, but what you hold. You know what I'm saying? It's about who with Tiffany or I don't mess with Jasmine because no. Keep it a buck. Jasmine cleared her distance and set the path that you're not welcome here. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And it's not because I'm better than nobody, it's because I'm going to humbly remove myself from the scene.
That's it. There ain't no beef, there ain't no drama, you ain't gotta worry about me talking about you, because whatever I had to say to you, I done already said to you. And if somebody asks me,
and I'm not gonna say nothing about you that I didn't tell you.
Deal with that person.
I'm not gonna say nothing about you that I didn't tell you.
That's right.
So if I said it once, I'm going to say it again, and guarantee I'm gonna tell you 1,000 times over. I'm not gonna be out here talking about you. For what?
What does it do
for
me?
What? That don't give me no stock. That don't give me no 401k, no IRR Roth. That's not benefiting me. So what am I gonna sit and talk about you for?
That part.
For what?
Colin says, heck, I want to see my enemies succeed because
God
said use them as your stepping stone.
There you go. Hello.
That part.
Hello.
Shit ain't no.
Like let's all eat. Let's all win. Like what do they say? You cut off a pieces of bread and you leave the trail for somebody else to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Like cut off a pieces of bread and leave the trail for somebody else to get it. Like come on now. It's just sad that today's society is what it is. I remember you could go knock on your neighbor's door and ask for some butter. Go knock on the next neighbor's door and ask for some bread. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it was. Now you can't be humble enough to go knock on somebody's door because you worried about somebody talking about you. Or worried about them putting your business out on the street that you struggling. Are you doing this? Or no, who cares?
Ice Cube got a song to say, do your thing, man. Fuck what they talking about. That's some shit. That's the best song out. Because they still gonna talk. Whether you doing it or you're not doing it, they still gonna talk. And please know that if somebody talking to you about me, I don't deal with nobody but my sisters and a select few cousins. Outside of that, I don't deal with nobody. So if you heard anything about Rich's girls,
just come at me. Like if you feel like if it's bothering your soul, which I don't, you know what I mean? Talk is talk. It is what it is. But if it's bothering your soul enough where you feel like you gotta keep chattering about it, come ask the horse. Mm-hmm. Like we in the box. We in the state. It's small. It's 4 squares. Come ask us. I mean, it's 4 corners. Come ask us. We in this big ass square. Come see us. But it's all about the approach. It's how you approach me with questions that you might want to ask or that you might want to know.
That's it.
Humble yourself enough to come to me in a respectful fashion or tone, and I'm gonna give you that energy. However, if I feel like something that doesn't need to be addressed because it doesn't matter, or it's not making me no monetary value, what am I gonna talk about?
I am not gonna be going back.
Right. What am I gonna talk about it for? It ain't valid.
You did what you did. You moved flaw. I moved out the way.
There we go.
It ain't no beef. It ain't no drama. It ain't no none of that. You moved flaw with me. We moved out the way, and that's just that. Which was a hard thing for our mama to do when people moved flaw with her.
Yeah. I mean, even family for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Like she would care and continue to care for some family members that she should have cut off a long time ago. And I would talk cash shit. And to this day, like right now, the only thing that keeps me humble is the fact that my mom would tell me,
it ain't worth it.
It ain't even worth it. My heart is pure. My heart is cold. My heart is where it's supposed to be. I'm gonna rejoice that all over again. The only reason why I don't now, there was one that I did let have it, and she was here still on this earth when it happened, because you will never in this earth or after her passing feel like you can be disrespectful and I don't come for your motherfucking helmet about Richard Dean. You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
And if anybody else outside of that platform or chamber feels like they have something to say about Richard Dean, you can come to me, but I guarantee you it's going to be body bag and toe tag depending on how you approach the situation.
All right. And we're going to just circle back to individuals just taking accountability and stop being on that bullshit.
And a lot of you niggas start letting y'all's balls hang. Like, be a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, where is it in the day? Sorry. But where is it in the day society where men were men? You get what I'm saying?
Real shit.
Like, men walk around real meek because of who their girl is or who their girl used to hang out with. And I can't speak with you. I can't say nothing to you because my girl don't talk. Okay, keep that same energy. So when you see me outside of you and your girl or you and But when you show me that you got a flaw in your characteristic trait because of somebody that you know that may not like or may move or don't talk to or whatever, you good. You stay over there with that table. Don't come up over here.
So accountability, pacifying, gatekeeping. What else was it? Was that the three?
Flop, fluky, felonious ass individuals.
Just all of that. Like, that's what we're discussing. I mean, those that weren't able to join today, those that are here that are joining in with our conversation,
right?
Continue joining in. We appreciate it. Y'all see the stars.
Y'all keep talking to us.
Send them stars too.
Yes, send them stars. Send them stars.
I just have a real. That gave me such a bad attitude this morning.
Yeah, I think because it's a triggering issue, because we've seen it affect so many people, and because our hearts, we try to help as much as we can, and because we've seen it more than one occasion. In this past month alone, and we're just on what, the 11th, the 12th today?
12.
Like, we've seen it in this month alone, where somebody could have helped somebody with some information, and they withheld it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you wonder why people don't want to move around you, or people don't want to be in your same company. I'm not a part of the company that you keep, player.
Right.
I don't want to be known as who you are. I don't want that character flaw. Sorry, not sorry.
I just don't like people.
I know. I think we genuinely love good-hearted, open people. It's them fake, felonious characteristics that we just can't do.
It makes me sick to my stomach.
Right. And be who you are. That's what I said about last time. Transparency. Don't make it seem like you're this one type individual, and then a couple months or a week later you're showing your true cards. You get what I'm saying? Like, be who you are, own who you are. And that's not to say people don't change. It's growth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People change. Only a fool would be the same. Only a fool would try to learn something every day. People change.
That's right.
But if you're not changing and you're still moving in the same fashion and form that you were 10 years ago, hell, last month, somebody could come to you and say that they knew me last month. They don't know me today.
They don't know me today, mother. What?
They may have knew me last year. They don't know me
You
today.
hear me?
Like, I am trying to change myself every day.
Every day.
Every day I want to be better than I was yesterday.
That's it.
And if I'm not moving in that mindset and that fashion form, guess what? It's a bad day.
That's right.
But guess what? The next day I'm going to try to do 10 times.
That's right. And if you ain't got those people in your corner that's pushing you, like, hey, come on now, get up.
Yeah.
Like, it's time to, we got to shake. You know,
Yeah.
you ain't got the people in your corner, then they going to sit and watch you struggle. They're going to sit and watch, and then they're going to talk about you.
And they didn't want you to win from the beginning.
Not hell no.
They was a hater from the beginning.
Man, what? They was just waiting for you to fail.
Facts.
It's that fake support.
Right.
Yeah, that's what that is, that fake support.
And the thing is that if you don't support, don't support.
Don't.
If you're not a friend, don't be a friend. And that's not to, because I'm gonna tell you right now, there's really not too many friendships. I told you about the one friend that I got, and my sisters aren't included. You know what I'm saying? Like there's one friend that I have. My sisters again are not included.
I tried. It's
So,
just a damn headache.
I just can't.
It's just a damn headache to keep up with you bitches. I just can't. You bitches be going through too much. And
it used to be where men were a little more. You had a more of a consistency that we did, where we can see ourselves being around men more, and it wasn't because we didn't want to be around women. It was because men moved in a more solidified fashion than some women did.
Yeah.
However, there's a lot of men that aren't moving in that fashion anymore. Like, I don't know where it went, how it changed, but these niggas are soft as medicated ass cotton.
Yeah, man, listen.
Like,
y'all
for real.
Hear me?
For real.
Keith say, I think I'm a pretty good person. If you cross me, talk bad about me behind my back. That sucks for you because you're reminding yourself of why you're behind me every time.
That
you hear
part.
me?
And that's their loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing is, and then what makes it so bad is those ones that did you wrong, and they know that they did you wrong, and they know that your heart was pure. I guarantee you they don't try to reach out. They don't try to fake sneak like or a tweet or I miss you, friend, or we need to hang out, or you get what I'm saying? And no shade at all. But I'm speaking on the already knew what I stood on, and now all of a sudden you reaching out, I miss you, let's hang out. No, I'm good. I'm all the way good.
You got one time, like I said, to play with me. Nowadays, with your comments, remarks, even down to your fucking opinion. Like,
right.
We may not agree on a lot of things, but your opinion can make me feel like, let me move the hell out the way before I go ahead and do something or say something.
And again, everybody's entitled to their opinions. It's just it's about how you bring that to surface. You get what I'm saying? Because if you bring it to me like, hey sis, I seen, you was talking and I felt like, you know what I'm saying, like it might have been a jab at me, or hey bruh, or hey friend, I felt like, that might have been meant towards me, or whatever the case may be. And then guess what? How you bring it to me, if you brought it to me like that, in that tone, in that fashion, and you came to me humble, I'll be like, no, it wasn't directed at anybody individually or anybody in particularly. However, if it resonated with you in that moment and it hit you, guess what? You may have triggered somebody else that you don't even know is triggered by it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they're not going to speak up about it. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't see it as like you can't come and tell somebody how you feel or what your opinion is. It's about your approach. You should always be able to speak your mind.
That's right.
It's about the way that you talk to somebody and the tone that you
come with. It's not what you say, but how you say it.
Right.
All day long.
Hey Nina.
Hey no.
E says, or Candyman says, yeah, that fake kicking it. I just laugh at him and give him a little something to hate on. Facts. Because you're going to be my motivation to continue to do what I can and to be the best at what I can be. Haters are going to be nothing but a stepping stone for me. And like my sis said earlier, I'm going to use you to keep building myself up.
That's right.
If you're going to hate, keep throwing them stones. Guess what I'm going to do? Build a solid foundation. Guess what's going to happen? I'm going to start handing out information. I'm going to start dishing out this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be that resource that somebody can benefit from. But you ain't never going to say, oh, she got on this pedestal or she got on this platform and made it seem like she was better. No. She got on here and spoke the truth, her truth. And if you didn't agree with it, we can talk about it. That's what this platform is for. Let's talk about it.
Exactly.
But again, it's all in your approach. Come at me and approach me in the fashion and form that you're supposed to. And you're going to get that same tone back. But if you come at me in an aggressive setting or an aggressive tone, you're going to get that pit bull in that skirt. It's all about the approach. And again, none of this is towards anybody in particular. But if it resonated with your soul, then it was meant for you. Period. Nina, we was talking about since you coming in, I know you was probably watching a little bit, but talking about the gatekeeping, withholding information or resources that somebody can benefit from, pacifying these people that sit around those same individuals that hold those sense of resources that somebody can benefit from, and y'all make it and they make it okay. And then also accountability. People not holding themselves and or others around them accountable for the shit that they do or that they see that they're moving in a form that's not right. That's what we're speaking on today. Pierre says, they be like, hey girl, I stand on my business. If you are a piece of shit, don't think for a second you can come around. You all know I will shut that issue down and quick, and I'll do it in their face. That way. You get what I'm saying? You're not going to get no Maybelline with me. You may get some lip liner and some eyeliner, but you're not getting a full face with me. You get what I'm saying? You're going to get what you get. And like I said before, I'm going to feel the baseball. I don't play football. I don't give a bunch of attempts to correct issues. If I see one characteristic flaw, or I see that you moved in a form or fashion that's not cool, I'm going to hold you in that light. You don't get 2 and 3 strikes with me. You get that 1 strike, and that's it. I'm going to hold you accordingly. Who is this? Colin says, I know for a fact I can come to Tiffany or Rel for info, and yeah, finna be straight on it. No, real fast. Sis, if you too for that matter, we've come to you, you know what I'm saying? And you've provided that same information or resource. I think it's just the way that we were brought up, and I think that a lot of those traits are just not there anymore, and I don't know if it's because a lot of the elders aren't here to keep them installed in a lot of people. I don't know if that's the reason, but it's a lot of things are moving in a felonious way. In
Where we at? Sorry, y'all.
No, Nina was just joining, so I was getting her caught up on the conversation that we was having. And yeah, and again, y'all, this ain't to make nobody feel bad. These conversations aren't. This is just bringing things to surface that we have literally witnessed on more than one or two occasions this month alone, where, some resources
the ability to help someone was overlooked because of your
demonic nature. Your demonic
nature of who you are.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. And again, y'all, I said I'm not speaking to anybody anybody directly. But, again, if something that was said today during our little session hit somebody in a fashion or tone and you feel like you may have been the person talked about, y'all can hit my line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Messenger's there. I'm not putting out my phone number.
I'm going to tell you if I was talking about you.
Yeah, but there was nobody individually that was being spoke about. You know what I'm saying? But if you feel like something resonated with your soul and you want a clear conscience or you want to have that whatever, you're more than welcome to ring the line. But what I say is what I say, and what I mean is what I stand on. And I'm 10 toes down to the foundation when I say something. I say it and I mean it.
Right.
And I stand on it.
Right.
You ain't got to ever question if I'm going to say something about you, I'm going to say something to you. Like, just period.
Nina says this is true. I want to see everyone win, even the ones hoping I lose.
Facts.
Period.
Facts. Because hate is the biggest form of flattery and motivation that there is. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather you hate on me and publicly hate on me.
Please.
So I can continue to be successful.
Yeah.
And I can continue to grow with them same stones that you was throwing and that same slander that you was trying to throw on my name. You can see that shit slide right on off and keep seeing me be successful and motivate me.
Right, but I mean, what's the purpose? What do you get out of it? You flawed ass gatekeeping, pacifying, non-accountability,
narcissistic. It's a narcissistic mentality.
I just don't get it.
It really is.
You would rather watch someone fucking struggle,
right?
Knowing you can help,
right? And even to the sense of their babies, like take them out of the situation. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I just can't. There was a girl that seen her cousin, and her cousin had, I think it was like 4 kids or something like that, and she had just come into some money, and she went and bought, and they all lived in the house together. The cousin had just came into some money. She went and bought all her kids and stuff. What she was supposed to. She's supposed to tend to hers. However, I can't walk in my door or in my sister's door, and I know my nieces and nephews is in there, and I don't give a fuck if I go to McDonald's. I'm not going to walk in that door with no McDonald's, and I'm not bringing it in for my nieces and nephews. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just you don't move. When you move for one child, you move for the next one in the same fashion. Right. You get what I'm saying? So saying that to say this, you may have thought that you took from that individual or that person, but you also took from that person's children. Mm-hmm. You prevented that person's children from getting a meal,
right?
Having a blanket,
and or if you do some sneaky,
right,
conniving ass bullshit to where you trying to jeopardize somebody's livelihood because you want to be a hating ass individual, and speak on some shit that you know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? At some point, take accountability for you being that hating ass individual, right, and just doing shit straight out the loop of doing it without having no reason or like there was no benefit. There's no benefit to you hating on someone, right, or being ugly towards somebody.
For what? Like, it's for what? Like, right, Colin said, I do better when doubted and hated on. No facts. That gives you motivation. When I tell you that is like the biggest motivational factor is for somebody to hate on me or for somebody to tell me that I can't do something.
Right.
Oh, watch me do it. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Watch me do it, and then watch me shut this shit down when I do it.
Right.
And then I want you to be humble, and I want that tongue to bleed when you go to bite it, and you say, "Damn, she did that." You get what I'm saying? So don't doubt me. Please doubt me. That's just motivation. Please speak negative on me. That's just motivation.
Right.
But do it humbly, because if you approach me, you're going to get that same reaction.
So he says that reminds me. I was miles away when I saw a certain photo, and all it took was one phone call to Nika. I put my sis up on game so quick. I know old girl was big mad. We're gonna have to talk about that. Hold on, what situation? That means you're doing something right, says E.
No, No, big facts, bruh. Big facts.
Wait, Key, you gotta come back. What situation? How long ago was this? I know old girl was big mad. Who?
Girl, it was like, ain't they mad?
Oh, they always
mad on the
mad.
daily. I mean,
I don't even be knowing that these bitches be mad. They be mad.
they be hurt.
I be like, what I even did?
Why are you so obsessed with me?
Key, where you at? You got to tell me what's going on. What was it? You gonna have to come up and just say it at this point? Right.
Oh. I remember the name, but I don't remember.
Oh, with the shit. Okay. Yeah. So you're right. You're right.
But
I can't stand you.
we're just speaking on factors that matter. You know what I'm saying? And that's a non-fucking factor right there.
Right, sis, who a girl? Like, hold on.
No, but for real, y'all. If y'all know that somebody is withholding resources, or you're around that individual that is gatekeeping some information that can benefit somebody
Call
else.
your ass out on that.
Right. Don't
Call
pacify that shit. You're not
Because
just saying
why
gate
are you
here.
allowing those kind of people
Right,
in the
right,
circle?
right.
You want to be at
Cut
peace.
ties. Like,
You
for
wanna
real, for
be-
real.
Yeah. You,
Cut ties.
like, start shutting motherfuckers down when they on that fake shit. Calling like, man, I want to know what the fuck.
Yeah, having haters is good famous. I always wanted to be famous.
Right. Come on now.
No, real shit, but
Sis, we're gonna have to fill you in off record. We're gonna have to get on a call, me, you, and Key, and talk about it.
no, but for real, them haters be motivation for real, for real. Tell me I can't do something so I can shit on you while you see me do it.
Real shit.
I'm finna show out
And
on
I'm
it
gonna do it
when I do it.
gracefully too.
Oh no, I'm showing out.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm showing out because you gave me that motivation. You push that drive to do it even harder. You made that willing for me to make sure that I seen you when I did that succeed, and I give you that smirk like, yeah, I did that.
I did that.
Yeah, I did that.
I like that.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that good.
Good
Not the good.
Now come on, request to come up because now it's come on. Let's just give. Okay, where we at?
Wait,
We
no,
are-
no. Okay, wait. We're gonna have to do that.
6:30.
We're gonna have to do that on another.
No, we're here. We're talking about bitches. We're talking about people taking accountability.
But that's
Not
what has
pacifying.
nothing to do with that. To say that shit.
Did she take accountability, Sherelle?
What are you talking about? I'm so lost. Colin says gutter bucket. No, but okay. Now again, we want this platform to feel like everybody can come up, right? And everybody can have a discussion, but we don't want to seem like we're bashing anybody. You know what I'm saying?
We're not bashing.
So if there wasn't a situation with this individual, and that individual feels like if they're watching or they're
You wanna
whatever you want to
express?
right,
Come on,
whatever the case may be. But I don't want to feel like it's a bashing.
Right, but the
Bashing
thing is, there's
session.
a difference between talking bad about you and talking bad about what you did.
Right.
Like,
Now, if you did something, that's on you.
and
You gotta own that.
And it's old, like, that's factual
Right.
shit, so you gotta own that. I know, Key, I did. Lord, I did myself. Okay, so we talk about that another time. What are we doing? She had no choice but to. You can't keep talking about it off the mic. Look, Colin don't have no biscuits in the oven this Sunday. I am so sorry. She ain't had no choice but to. I'm trying to remember the conversation and what happened. I kind of remember the back end. You put me up on the game because you did, and I was like, okay, Snake. You do know everybody. You've been out here. You're not coming? You're shivering. She's like, I want to know. Yeah, but I mean, that was the main thing here is that taking accountability for what you say and do. Standing on it. You know what I'm saying? Don't go around here just talking your shit just because you think you can talk that shit, but then when it gets brought to the surface, you want to try to hide your hand and play like you ain't had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? What else? Pacifying. Stop pacifying the behaviors of others that are in your circle, and then you sitting here talking about you don't do the drama, you don't do this, you don't do that, but
know that that's a characteristic trait, only you can be the bear to put out the fire.
Only you.
Only you.
Some forest fires.
Like you the only the one that's gonna be the bear. Put it out.
That's it.
But no, for real, people just need to hold people accountable for the shit. And you may lose some friends along the way.
And check this out. If someone ever comes to you about some faulty shit you've done, or faulty shit that you have said, and you know you've done it, or you know you said it, stand on that shit. But make sure you stand on it to a point where you take accountability for the bullshit that you said or did, and don't try to be defensive.
Or pass the buck
Or
like it
pass
was
the
somebody
buck.
else, or you were just agreeing. But let me tell you something. This is where I stand with people speaking ill on other people. I can't walk in a room and hear somebody speaking ill on my sisters or somebody that's in my inner circle. Y'all talk all y'all want about y'all's table that y'all sit at or whatever. But if you speak on somebody in my inner circle, my sisters, my brother, my husband, my nieces, my nephew, somebody within my inner circle, and you speak on them and it's not in good intent, or you speaking on them and you got some hate in your tone, we gotta get up right there and there. Right? There's no questions. There's a problem that needs to be pressed, and we gonna press it. Like, you're not finna speak. I'm not finna walk into a room or go into a table and somebody speaking ill on my people.
And guess what you're not gonna do? You're not finna call me to your little ring and act like I ain't finna come, because I'm coming. I'm coming because I want to see what you're talking about.
And then came.
And the came.
And then shut down the show.
And didn't even know I was coming into the situation.
And then shut down the show.
And then
who?
And will.
Who won't show up?
Who won't?
I don't care if there's 50.
will.
Guess what? I'm gonna put my back up against that wall. We gonna work this motherfucking room.
That's it.
You get what I'm saying?
But it don't even gotta be all that. It's just a matter of you taking accountability for the bullshit.
Right.
And taking accountability of who you really are. Take that facade away. And remember that you are the cause of a lot of your demise when it comes to people.
Right. I don't know. For some, it might be a hard pill to swallow.
Nina says, don't stir the pot if you can't serve the dish. You hear me? Jay, what's up? We talking about accountability.
And I'm like Chef Boyardee over here. Look, I cook clean sweeps and all that at the same time, stirring the pot and everything.
Right.
But if I say it, I meant it, and
That's
I stand on it, and I'm gonna say it again.
Say it again. Jay, we talking about accountability, gatekeeping ass motherfuckers,
Pacifying
motherfuckers. What else we talking about? I mean, that's accountability, but accountability is the main thing in gatekeeping. Obviously, gatekeeping had me a little alright.
I think it had us both because we just seen it
fucked up.
way too many times.
Why hold out a resource that can help somebody?
Right.
Why you got to be that person?
Right.
What do you get from it? What do you benefit from?
There's some people that have that alter ego, that macho thing, that, you know what I'm saying, that thing where they have to be that bitch or that man, or they gotta be known out here as that person that's no, like, you know what I'm saying, that's all good and everything, but guess what? When you leave here, your name ain't fit to resonate.
That part.
When you leave here, people ain't gonna speak on what you got, how you had it, and what you did to get it. No, they gonna say, nah, she or he helped people when they was
Listen,
here.
when you're here, your purpose is to serve while you're here. Because
Help.
when you're gone,
Help.
there's always going to be some kind of memory, story, or whatever about you. And I think that's kind of hard for a lot of people to kind of sit with, to know that your legacy is while you're here.
Right.
When you're gone and there's nothing to talk about with you when you're gone about you,
Right.
what did you do? What was your legacy? How did you help somebody?
You did.
I
I guarantee you were part of that circle
You were
table
part
that
of the
people would sit there
circle.
and they were talking about, and it was clown activity, and you were probably the ringleader, and they were sitting there and that conversation was going, and as soon as you got up, guess what? The next ringleader stood up and was talking about you, XYZ. Like, that's the type of company that you was keeping and you didn't even know.
That's right.
Because you thought people were looking at you like you were this person, you were this bitch, or you were this guy, you know what I'm saying? No.
Yeah.
That's not it.
I think in my time, especially before Layla, before Mom passed, and
Hey,
I was very, I was very loose with who I would have around me. You know what I'm saying? The people.
I wouldn't say that you were loose. I think that you just genuinely wanted to see people for something that they weren't. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas,
because people would tell me, you know,
right,
and I would say, oh, okay, but that's your experience, that's your opinion.
right.
If I ain't had no issues with this individual, I'm gonna see what my experience and my opinion is.
And to your part on that, you do have to see people from your own point of view. You know what I'm saying? Because people can be, they can have characteristic traits where they feel like because they wronged me or this person was this type of person, that's who they are today. Like I said, people grow daily. You know what I'm saying? So that person that previous person had that interaction with, that may not be that person no more. But you have to also see that from your eyesight, from, you know what I'm saying? You
Everybody
have to
goes through something.
Right. You have
and
to
in my time prior to my mom, I was going through something. After my mom, it was deep. I was going through something. So if we ever had a run-in, I'm not apologizing for shit I said, did, or done, because it's done. I'm not going back that route. But at the end of the day, just know that people go through shit. And sometimes it's not always you. And sometimes it is you. You know, you just have to be that one to kind of, I guess, put on that line of, do I continue on or do I just, you know, fall back and let be?
I don't know. I think, and again, it's all about accountability, right? If there was something or somebody that I wronged in any form or fashion, I'm gonna take accountability for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But can't nobody.
But the cancer side of me say, if I wronged you or did something bad, then bitch, you deserved it because you did something to me.
That part. But can't nobody say that I honestly, and I don't give a fuck who you are. If we were friends in the past, if we were friends currently, you can't say that I did anything like a characteristic flaw to you. All you can say is she used to fuck with me and she don't fuck with me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like you can't bring up nothing against my character to make it seem like I moved in a form or fashion that wasn't solid.
That's right.
I've been solid since day one. You get what I'm saying? And that's not marking me or making me seem like I'm the shit or I'm this person. No. I stand solid. Like that's what I believe in. I stand solid. I am who I am. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I'm not changing who I am. I'm a solid individual and I know that. I stand on respect. That's my biggest thing. You gonna respect me. You may not like me, but you gonna respect me. Whether you wanna get it, whether you wanna give it, or I gotta take it. Like you gonna respect me.
That's right.
However, I will also move away from certain places, situations, and things that can take me outside of my element that will make me disrespect you or disrespect myself. So that being said, can't nobody in the 719 or outside of that square come and say Tiff did anything, and if she did, guess what? It's because you moved in a certain fashion and Tiff pushed herself up out of that surface.
That part. I'm here.
Just saying that because I know it's been out there that we don't talk to certain individuals anymore. We don't move in the same limelight. Look, people grow, and there's not. Let me tell you something. Not no issues with nobody. Ain't nobody did nothing to wrong me. Ain't nobody did nothing to wrong my sisters, because it would be some smoke in the city. And just know that people grow. Sometimes you go outside of people. And in that moment you were there for that season or that hour or that reason or whatever the case may be, you were there for whatever that reason was. People grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say because you don't see me hanging with a certain group of people that you might not see me with those certain people anymore or whatever. I'm saying that to say this. You don't have to be around somebody every weekend or every day and there's some smoke.
Right.
No.
Right.
But if there is some smoke and somebody's putting it out there, Tiff or Nika and them just move themselves about the situation and they, you know what I'm saying? They just in their bag because they ain't getting fucked with no more. No, we just don't like that fake shit. Move with solidity. Like if you can't be a solid individual and your foundation is shaky, I can't be around you.
Right.
I can't do it.
What we gonna do?
I can't.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I know that you're talking to me about people that you've been around longer than me, I know when you leave my presence, you're doing the same thing about me. So I can't respect you in that fashion. I can't. And before I disrespect you, I'm gonna remove myself. a way, it's probably because they approached you in a way.
That's
you get what I'm
true.
saying?
That's
so
true.
your tone is only gonna be like
Right.
I can come to you and say, Nina, now you know you did that wrong. Then if I come to you and say, Nina, that's some fuck ass shit, you should have did X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? It's my tone. It's the way that I bring it to you.
Yeah.
So if the approach is wrong, your tone is gonna be an automatic defense. So it's about how they approach you in that sentence. So you ain't gotta apologize for your tone. It's about the way they approached you.
That's right. Syke Cam, he says, how do you feel about Black people and their relationship with consumerism? And what is one thing you each do to combat or push back from consuming or buying things? I upcycle everything. I ain't gonna lie,
I'm one that is a micromanaged shopper.
I am a budget
I will
shopper.
not. When the whole thing came out about Target, I wasn't a Target shopper anyway because I just didn't think that their material was worth it. And then their prices were too much. But when all that came out about them, I haven't been in Target. I haven't purchased anything from Target in
I haven't bought anything from Target in quite some time. Walmart is just my thing.
Right.
But that's not to say that if they have something I'm looking for and they the only one that got it and my kids need it, I'm gonna go get it. Like that's just that for me.
I would say I ain't bought a Snapple because of what they believe in. So and that's been since I was 12 years old.
So it's a
right.
up or down kind of cycle.
I think it's all about just how you hold things.
Right. If I ain't like them then, I for sure won't like them now. Oh, if I ain't like them then, I for sure won't like them now. I can't be respectful and not speak on your shit. But you better stay away because if you pop up on my radar, I'm coming and I'm bringing hell fire with me. I'm a whole Scorpio and would love to give it to you. Okay. Damn it.
Instead of turning the pot, turn the eye off and leave it alone.
Instead of stirring the pot.
And don't add no additional ass ingredients. When somebody brings something to the surface about an individual, like somebody can't come to me and say, girl, blase Scoop was over there talking about you, and you know what I'm saying, and they turn the pot on and they start adding ingredients, and then I don't go to the pot and I don't start adding. I'm not that person.
Right.
I'm gonna say, oh yeah, okay. Well, tell her to holler at me when she got some time or whatever, or if she wanna approach me, we can go ahead and talk about it. Let's chop it up.
I'm now that person. So bitch, why you didn't call me when she was talking about
right. I don't even care that you didn't call me because it shows me your character flaw right there. But go ahead and tell
right.
me how.
But at the end of the day,
go ahead and tell me how that.
Bitch, don't come telling me that somebody was talking about me when you didn't pick up their phone and call me in the midst of them talking about me. Let's talk about it right now. Hold on, let me put it on speakerphone. Right. That's who I want in my circle. I don't need you to call me after the fact when she done already said what she says. So you can run with whatever you want to run with. I need you to call me right then and there. No. So we can go ahead and put it on.
It's up.
Yeah.
I had to get at such and such. I know that's your homegirl, but the bitch was a little loose, or whatever the case may be. So I had to get at her, just letting you know.
Right.
Like,
there's so many people that pacify people's bullshit because of that's just who they are. Oh, that's so and so. That's just who that's how they do. It's not okay. It doesn't matter who it is. No, it's not okay. Y'all might deal with that shit. Everybody ain't gonna deal with that shit. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people stand on accountability and don't pacify people's bullshit. And sure enough, fuck, ain't no gatekeepers. Right. Like I'm talking about gatekeeping all the way down to the D game. Right. And this is years back, whatever you want to call it. But even you motherfuckers in the street, y'all so quick to hold the bar on the plug, quote unquote. Why are you the middleman? Why I got to go through you and you already supposed to be cool. We supposed to be family. You already might as well put me in the loop. Like what? What is you scared of? Again, that's old school talk, but down to gatekeeping on that.
Just respect me. I mean, you like again, like I said, my biggest thing is respect. You ain't gotta like me. Exactly. You ain't gotta care for me. Exactly. You ain't gotta love me. But you respect me. Like if you don't, even if you don't think you won't, even if you don't think you're going to, you're gonna. Yeah. If I gotta take that, you're gonna. Yeah. Like just because I move in the same accord, I respect everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I may not like you, but I respect you enough to remove myself. I respect you enough to not approach you in that scene because I know what the repercussion behind that could be. So I respect respect you enough because I respect myself 10 times more.
Yeah.
So I will move accordingly. But you're not going to disrespect me, ever, in any fashion or form. It's not going to happen.
Right. Let's see. We got Nina's. Colin says Target's too damn expensive. And
Man, for no reason with their damn dollar store ass t-shirts, material ass. That shit thin as the wind.
Nina says, oh no, only if I honestly can say that my tone was messed up. So, and then she says, why are they comfortable enough to talk about me to you? Yeah.
Right. That's because there's been that circle of conversations that have happened before, and then all of a sudden, because y'all are flawed or fluky or y'all ain't moving like y'all used to, now you want to try to come bring something to the surface with this person because we're not really tight like we used to be. So let me go ahead and tell her that they was talking about her too. Nah, you was a part of that clown circus, so stay over there with that clown circus. Like, please
keep that same energy. Don't come around here messing with me.
Right.
Good.
Right.
All right, y'all. It is 6:30. We are an hour and a half in. Our discussion today, our session today, was accountability, gatekeeping, and pacifying. Again, no, let's see, because they was talking about you together. Exactly. Mom says, what did they say? I just want to know how I'm supposed to be or who I am. Yeah.
My nephew called me. He's a fool, and he know he's a fool. He called me last night and he said, "Auntie, did you see?" No. He said, "Auntie, they said you sound like an owl." I said, "Who? Tell him to call me." He said, "Auntie, they said you sound like an owl." I said, "Who? Tell him to call me." He said, "Auntie, you don't get it?"
Oh my
I said,
gosh.
"Oh, okay, I get it." You know what I'm saying? But just saying that to say this, like, I'm right here. You can approach me. It's all about the approach.
Right.
Just come holler at me. But it's about the approach.
Key says, if you take accountability, don't do that shit in vain and wonder why no one fucks with you.
That victimism shit, like that gets to me. Like, don't play the victim
here.
Don't play the victim. Right. Like, don't play the victim. Like, you put your hand out there and that shit was hot, and now you want to pull your hand back because that shit was hot and it wasn't what you thought. No, hold that pot, because you was a part of the ingredients adding and all that. Hold that pot. Let it stay hot.
That's right. Let it stay right there. If you take accountability, don't give a shit in vain. Yep. Oh, that was me. That was you liking it. All right, y'all. 6:32. Why you take that breather?
I was gonna say, a homework assignment for people. For real. Sit with self. Like the conversations that we had today. Sit with self and reflect with self and the conversations that we had and think about it with self and say, is there anybody around me that's in that characteristic trait that we was talking about today? You know what I'm saying? That's really like that resonates. You know what I'm saying?
There's somebody out there that knows that individual that you're around and they're looking at you like you just as flawed.
Right.
Like on some real stuff.
Sit with self. Reflect. And be like, and that's not to say, you know what I'm saying, cut ties with people because of XYZ, but just sit with self and reflect and say, do I know anybody that moves like that?
Right.
Oh shit. And you might not even think about it in this moment or prior to this moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not to make y'all cut ties with nobody or anything, but it's just to make you reflect on, damn, if that person does move like that, and I am with this person on a daily, or I move with this person, how do I look to the outside of the outer?
Right.
But if you are like me, I don't give a fuck how people view me. If you don't know me individually as a person where we didn't have no one-on-one conversation, we didn't converse with each other, we didn't build with each other, we didn't help each other in some form or fashion, you don't know me.
You don't know me.
So you can speculate, you can think all you want, but if you know that individual in and out, and you've been around that individual, and you know that their characteristic flaws is a part of what we were discussing today, just think to yourself, how are you viewed by those other people that still think of that person in that same light?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So what can we take today's conversation and have a positive resolution on it? With accountability.
Accountability. Hold yourself accountable. Hold those around you accountable. And don't feel like you're wrong when you bring something up. Now again, it's the approach and how you approach people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because some people aren't ready to be 100 with self and to know that they're not moving like they they should be. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people aren't, and it's crazy because sometimes it's the ones that are not so controversy, to where they do a lot of talking.
Oh yeah.
So when it gets brought to them, they'll try to hide their hand and act as though it never existed. When they know it did. They just don't want to deal with the effects of being confronted about it. But on that note, y'all, we gotta get this squash in the oven so we can get our meat on, so we can get going and try to have dinner done here within the next hour. Because it's just spaghetti, so it shouldn't take that long. We're doing some garlic bread and stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to continue going on with this conversation, you can definitely leave your comments in there, on this post, right?
Leave it here. If y'all feel like there was something that we missed or that we need to continue the conversation on, throw it in here. Or if you feel like it's something that you don't want to throw out there but you want it to be talked about, inbox us and let us know, what needs to be talked about. We're not going to slay away from it. Right.
Yeah, let's come up with a resolution. Even if you feel like you got a direct issue with someone,
but you don't know how to
approach it.
And you don't want it to be a situation
but
where
you want that person to take accountability for their bullshit.
Right.
Anonymously, send us some shit. Of course, you're not going to be anonymous to us, but we will make sure you're anonymous to out there. We'll use different names. We'll just put the platform out there.
Right. Let's just talk about it.
So people can take accountability for their bullshit.
Right.
Gatekeepers can keeping their gate up, and continue to be the haters that they are. The people that pacify individuals can continue to be the pacifiers that they are, but don't come around us with none of that behavior.
Right.
Because
ain't no coddling. Ain't no coddling over here. This ain't, just like I said, this ain't a daycare. It ain't Willy Wonka. We're not running no candy factory.
Right.
Shit ain't sweet. If you move away in a fashion or form that's flawed or fluky,
I'm gonna tell you about yourself.
You're gonna be talked about. You're gonna be told about it.
Right.
You're not finna move in a form or fashion that's flawed or fluky and it's not brought up. Point blank period. And especially if you're in our inner circle, which there's far and in between. But just know, if there's ever issues will be addressed, and it needs to be addressed in a right fashion or form. It ain't always gotta be aggressive.
Right, at all. So positive resolution to today's mayhem. Accountability. Take accountability for the bullshit that you put people through. Stand on it. If you know you did some weird shit, stand on it. Take accountability. Do what you need to do. Address it in a way to where you have that peace.
Right.
Yeah, because why do you have that energy?
Right.
Alright, y'all. It's been fun. We got to go.
Don't forget, y'all, go over to our YouTube page, like, comment, subscribe. We need those subscribers so we can go ahead and do the videos from there. I don't think we need many more. I think it's just about 20 or so, maybe. So go subscribe, y'all. Just get us where we need to be.
40, y'all. We need 40. And don't let us see that it's been 155,000 of you motherfuckers viewing this shit. You ain't going there and like it, request to be our fucking friend, come back again, all that other shit.
And let me just. No, I gotta get on this because we see a lot of little pop up shit. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking nobody because guess what? I want to see everybody continue to win. But don't come and mimic a situation where you got a platform and then try to make it seem like you've been moving accordingly. Saying that to say this, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. When you can't wear them same panties that the next bitch wear, it scores a lot of people in the wrong fashion and form.
Indeed.
So I hope y'all all have a good night.
Beautifully.
Enjoy yourself and just be you.
Just be
100%. And don't try to wear nobody else's panties.
Unapologetically.
Because guess what? Some don't wear any.
Some don't wear any at all. You done, girl?